I always feel like this item looks really creepy because it looks like it has eyes. Hey gang, and welcome to another Animal Crossing video. I am Crossing Channel, and of course the 2.0 update introduced many new changes to Animal Crossing New Horizons, with brand new features being added to the game. However, despite a lot of new stuff being added, some things were actually removed as well. After doing some digging around, I've discovered that a fairly obscure feature was actually removed in the 2.0 update. You might not have even known that this existed, but it was really cool. So why don't we check that out? Just quickly in case you missed it, I wanted to mention that myself and Memory have started up a new Nintendo news channel called NintyNews. We're also currently hosting a giveaway for a Nintendo Switch OLED, so be sure to check that out. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment. So of course you can invite villagers to the campsite using their amiibo cards, but before the 2.0 update you could actually try and invite special characters to the campsite as well and get some really interesting dialogue from them like you can see on the screen. This interaction was completely unique to trying to invite them, so it was a nice little treat for players who tried to do this. However, since the 2.0 update, if you try and invite special characters using this method, you'll simply get a generic error message rather than a unique interaction like I showed off. This means that for quite a lot of special characters in Animal Crossing New Horizons, this unique interaction was completely removed with the update. Honestly, some of these dialogues were really interesting too and provided more insights into the characters, which I really liked, and it definitely gave it much more personality than a simple error message. All in all, the characters which had this interaction removed were Tom Nook, Isabelle, Gulliver, Pascal, Luna, Timmy and Tommy, Mabel, Label, Sable, Kix, Leaf, Reese, Cyrus, Red, Rover, Sahara, Blathers, Celeste, Franklin, Jack, Zipper, Jingle, KK Slider, and also Pave. Now, of course, you could not invite these special characters to come and stay at the campsite. That would have been really cool, just not something that they did, but this was still a really unique and interesting interaction in my opinion. Now, most likely the reason why they did this is because they introduced a ton of new special characters in the update, especially ones that became available to scan in for the first time since their amiibos were added to the game, such as characters like Daisy May, Wilbur, Orville, etc. Even characters like Wisp and Harvey, who have been in the game for a long time, didn't have amiibo cards, so they would have needed to add this interaction for them too. So instead of adding interactions for all the characters which can now be scanned in, which is basically every single special character, they decided to remove the existing ones. Now, I can kind of understand why they did this. It would have been a bit of a job for them to do dialogue for all of these special characters effectively, but it does feel like a shame all the same because this was one of those really neat interactions which you had to go and seek out. I'm willing to bet that a lot of people watching this right now never actually tried this themselves, and honestly, I didn't know that you could do it with any characters other than Tom Nook and Isabelle, which I did try in one of my previous videos, so I missed out on a lot of these as well. Thankfully, if you did miss out on them, you can check out the characters pages on Nookopedia where it will go over the dialogue which they would have said before the 2.0 update. Of course, this isn't a major feature, so it's not something to really be annoyed about, but it is a little bit disappointing that rather than adding in the dialogue for these characters, they decided to just remove it. Of course, now though, we can actually invite characters using their amiibo in a new way. You can invite them to the Roost, which is a really cool feature and definitely something that I appreciate in the 2.0 version, especially since you can get so much unique and interesting dialogue here. The 2.0 update definitely did a lot for adding new dialogue to the game, so I can't really complain too much. There is a ton of it, but I wanted to highlight this one as I did think it was really special, and it's just a shame that you can't do it anymore. It's even more interesting when you consider that they actually did update the game with this dialogue before 2.0. For example, Rover wasn't in the game since the start and was introduced in a later update, yet they did add this dialogue for him before the 2.0 update. It's just with version 2.0, I guess they had too much on their plate and they just didn't want to do dialogue for all of these characters, especially since a lot of people may not have even done this themselves, like I said. But what do you think? Leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. Will you miss these special interactions, or are you just happy to check out the characters in the Roost? I'll definitely be chatting with the characters a lot in the Roost anyways, but I won't lie, I definitely will miss this sort of secret, hidden away little interaction that you could get. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. If you made it to the end, be sure to comment Bob's Gang down below so I know that you did, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on channel notifications for more Animal Crossing videos. I want to give a big thanks to these channel members for their continued support of me and what I do here on this channel. If you want to become a channel member, click the join button down below the video or the link in the description to learn more. You can get a whole bunch of cool perks like exclusive emojis, a badge by your name, access to our members only Discord and our members only podcast too.